back to Amplified 208. Today here, I was working on a Sansui SC 3100G. This one here came in with a problem with the meter. The meter there on the right hand side, the right channel meter, was just spiking all by itself. And if anybody's familiar with these tape decks, you know kind of what the issue is on them. I will show you what I did to fix it. I'm not going to go through the process of how I did it, but I'll just explain to you what I did and how I fixed it. Right now it is playing a tape. This thing sounds very nice. We'll turn it up here for a sec. It's kind of old school music. As you can see, I don't want to get a copyright, so I'll turn that back down. But these things here are famous for those contacts back here in this switch. Right here, I do believe this is for the record and everything. This switch was removed completely out of the board, dismantled, cleaned, and then put back together. Be very careful doing that. You don't want to damage the board. You want to make sure you take lots of pictures and clean that switch up. Just don't spray it with deoxit. The switch is kind of set up and designed so when you just spray deoxit in the top sections of it, it doesn't make its way down inside into the contacts where it should. So it does come apart in two pieces. You can kind of do the back half, which is kind of like the right channel side, and you can do the front half of it. And yeah, so do it. Take your time, do that. Clean them up. Use some alcohol when you're done. A little deoxit in there. Cycle the switch back and forth quite a few times while it's out of the circuit, and then resolder everything back in nice and neat. Make sure you got no solder bridges, stuff like that. Make sure there's no contact problems. And I'll show you here kind of on how to find it. Whoops, wrong button. All right, okay, sorry about that. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna stop the tape. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Take off this. Take the pause button now. We're going to fire this back up. And as you can see, no more dancing meters. And the good way to test it, just take your hand back here. Be careful because you know it is plugged in. And just kind of tap the top of the switch down here. And you can notice, even by tapping it, wiggling it, there's no more loose connections inside that switch. There's a lot of oxidation in there. A little bit of green. They do wear out over time. But if you clean it up correctly and just check those little copper contacts and everything on the inside, there's little slides that everything sits on. There's videos out there on YouTube that shows you how to clean those switches and pull them apart correctly. So I highly suggest, if you haven't done it before, to do that. Because if not, you will have a very hard time getting them back together. Don't rip apart the whole switch. And only do one half at a time. Get lots of notifications here. This here is spring loaded, so if you do half the switch and then the other half the switch, you can just disassemble it that way and then clean it up, and makes your life a lot easier. Be careful doing it. These switches, little tabs on the back side of any kind of potentiometer or switch like these could break off very easily, so be cautious of that. The best way is to clean them and add a little deoxit after the fact, and you want to do it from the back side and then reassemble the switch and then cycle it. Don't just soak the crap out of it on the top, because it doesn't actually work its way down inside the switch, because this plastic cover here covers the contacts, which is actually up underneath the switch. So it really doesn't get itself down in there to clean anything off. So that's why a lot of people, if you see them, they'll just spray it, and once you pull the switch apart, you understand what I mean, because it's kind of encased into this little plastic housing, okay? So yeah, remove it from the board. And as you can see, it's still on, so I'll take this and I'll flip it up. And here we go here. This is back side. I'll try to get a good picture of it. That's after soldering it. Try to get a good focus on it. There we go. Get a little closer. As you can see, I cleaned all the flux off after soldering it. I don't like flux and all that crap all on my boards after doing it. So it looks good. No problems there. I like to remove this tie strap, pull those wires up out of the way. So that way you don't have any issues there. The rest of this thing is a very clean unit. So that's good there. Whoops. 1 second. And here we go. So yeah, the best way to test these, you'll see that when you'll notice this meter here will kind of go funky, or this meter will go funky. But nine times out of the 10, it's the switch back here, right there. Best way, like I say, remove it from the switch circuit, and clean it all up. Take your time. Don't overheat the boards; they don't like it. I also clean the heads with alcohol, the rollers with alcohol, the good 99% stuff, 99.9%. You don't want any water in there. Be gentle. Just use Q-tips, stuff like that. Clean it. Make sure there's no debris on it. And then double check your functions and make sure they work well. But as you can see, we'll push play here again. And then these bad boys work really well. All the volume controls work really well. The music's kind of old school, but you know, these are old school tapes. The old Dance 1997. Very good tape. So yeah, if anybody has one of these Sansui SC 3100Gs, that's kind of the way to fix that issue. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good day.